on the on the procedure. So we say the first thing that you're going to do today is coming up with a server, and then this server, we will now be putting our surveys, our questionnaire, our tools. We will now be coding them into that server, and then after we have the questionnaires already placed in the server, now again our job is to link now the respective Android devices with now this server so that we can download them. And then again, once we download the questionnaires in those electronic devices, like our phones, then we can now be collecting data using now those phones, and we receive again the data in your server. Also, apart from just dealing with phones, if you're targeting respondents, maybe whom you already have their email addresses, or maybe you already have their contacts, you can just be sending your questionnaire in form of an email. So that link, there's a way we can be getting that link, and then all you have to do is just send this link to your target respondent, and once they fill in, you'll be able again to receive all your information in your server. So you can see with all these provisions, this platform is a solution to the operations of field work. Now, in this program, in as far as data collection is concerned, of course, we will be the two of us. We are two trainers, so I'll be handling the first phase of this training, maybe today and tomorrow, and then again my colleague will come in and also again give you more insights on how to work on the field operation based on all the different experience that we have. Now, where do you start? The journey towards creating a server, all you have to do is go to your browser. So go to your browser. I think I'll use the other different. So go to your browser and just Google KOBO. Just Google KOBO toolbox. Just Google KOBO toolbox. And if you press enter, you'll see a provision of KOBO toolbox. So go to the option of create an account. Create an account.
Sorry,
KOBO.
so when I enter the toolbox,
yes,
KOBO toolbox, it should give me that because I see login and everything, but just KOBO toolbox, I enter that and then go to
yes.
Okay. So I go to data collection. What do I go to? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, sorry about that. Daphne, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. No
Uh,
worries. It happens here too. So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you were trying to come up with the server, and you said the best way,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just write there KOBO
Mm-hmm.
uh, dot humanitarian. So I'm going to take to share this link on the comment section. So let me just share with you. It will be much easier.
Okay.
I can just click on the link.
Can you share it again? I don't see it.
Uh, on the comment section or the meeting comment.
Okay, now I see it. Okay. Okay.
So
I need a username, is it?
yes, so let's go step by step so that we don't miss out on some information.
Okay.
So the confirm if you're seeing something like this, what is displayed?
Mm, no, all I see is it says enter username.
Mhm.
It's not telling me to create an account. Okay, well, I guess I can click on create an account.
Yes, that is
Okay.
exactly what you do. Create an
All
account
right.
so that you see
Okay.
something like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Okay,
there. Hmm.
you're there now. Good. So you can put your name here, organization. You can also put your organization, and then this part of username is very important. Make sure you remember all the characters in your username because we will need this username to connect now with your phones.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
on the email address, at least make sure you enter an email address that you can access at the moment because an activation link will be sent there. And
Okay.
then on sector, you can select any sector. You have a lot, so whichever works for you, it doesn't matter. Just select one.
Okay.
And then let me mention something about country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, let me use an example. I assume at the moment you're in Uganda.
Correct.
Yes. So you might find that you're a consultant who you are currently in Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you might be taking some work in Somali, for instance,
Right.
or you're taking jobs in Canada or US or whichever where you were, whichever you're doing.
Right.
So here and the country, you can just put Uganda at the moment because you are currently in Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
Later, when we will be coming up with the surveys,
Mm-hmm.
part of country, now you'll be putting the name of the country where the survey is conducted so that when you are trying to connect with satellite and now collecting the GPS coordinates,
Mm.
it becomes much faster.
Okay.
So just key in sector, select any country. You can select where you are at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
For gender, you choose any that works best for you.
Okay.
And then for password, again, you have to remember every character in your password.
Okay. Okay. Confirm it. Okay. So
You're good?
I can try and see if it allows. Okay, it says my username must be between 2 and 30 characters in length and may only consist of lowercase. Okay, I'll change my user name a bit,
Okay.
alter it, and then see what happens. Okay, so the account has been created.
Perfect. Now go to your email. There's, I think, an activation link which was sent there.
Yes.
Perfect. So once you activate it, you'll now have a chance to log in.
Okay. Okay, so it's been activated and it tells me to click the new button to create a form.
Perfect. So confirm if whatever you're seeing looks like what is on the screen, but not exactly the same, but something like this.
Okay, let me just see. Yeah, more or less, yes.
Okay, perfect. Then this is the server now. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff here. And of course, let me click on new. So you're seeing an option of new. So that means you are coming up with a new survey. If you click on new, you'll be prompted on whether you want to build it from scratch, use a template, upload an XLS form, or maybe import an XLS form via URL. So let's start from scratch because we want to understand how to build from scratch.
Okay, so new, right?
Yes, so new
Okay.
and then build from scratch.
Okay.
Yes, perfect. So this is the place where we're now creating a form or a survey. So with our questionnaire, I want us to start using, let's use this questionnaire NSSF contributor. Okay, for now.
Okay.
So this one is so let me give you a background of what this questionnaire is all about. So we were offering some consultancy services for a national social security fund. It's an organization in Kenya which offers very good benefits. And this company wanted to evaluate their operation or understand the level of customer satisfaction in Kenya. Of course, the first thing is you collect data to inform that objective. What are people saying about this organization, and which are some of the areas that maybe they can improve and areas that they're doing well. So it's a big. So the name of the questionnaire, we can call it NSSF contributor, because those people who are contributing funds to NSSF are the target audience or participant in the survey. Okay, good. So if you were to do a work like this one, so you will come and give it a title, because you might be doing a lot of surveys as a consultant. So let me call this one NSSF contributor.
Okay. So you want me to
Survey.
type that in?
Yes, you can also do the same on your end.
Okay.
So right there, NSSF contributor survey.
Okay.
Good. So again, depending with the level of engagement, you might decide to give a brief information of maybe what this questionnaire is all about, or maybe this, because you can be doing a lot, you can be having a lot of NSSF contributor surveys. Okay.
Right.
Yes. Here you can write customer satisfaction, satisfaction survey, maybe 2020 or 2020.
Okay.
Because maybe these surveys are done over maybe on a yearly basis or over a period of time.
Correct. Yes.
Perfect. So under sector, the same drill. So just click on sector. You can select any. You can even say economic and social development. That sounds more close to what you're doing. And then this is the part I was telling you about, country.
Right.
You see, like this, if this survey was done in Kenya, then you just select their Kenya, regardless of where you are.
Okay.
Good. And then let me mention something about the next part. You see, you've been told help KOBO toolbox improve this product by sharing some there. So this part does is, like when you're working for these United Nations or these humanitarian organizations, they tend to implement each other's work. Under WASH, maybe sector, or maybe you're dealing with child protection. Of course, there's another organization which also deals with the same. Okay.
Yes.
So instead of them coming and doing maybe a survey in an area that maybe you as a different organization had already performed a survey there, you can give a consent for now sharing of data if you want to. That's why if you click here, it means other organization can access your finding or your data that you collect. If you don't want to share, then don't click there. So that means your data will be private. Nobody will access.
All right.
So good.
So
So that
so
is up
shall
to you.
I? Okay, so I don't have to click it, right? Yeah.
Let's not share. Let's just remain to be private.
Mm-hmm.
Let's proceed and create a project.
Okay.
Click there to create a project.
Sorry, a minute. So create a project. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So this is where we will have to create a project.
Mm-hmm.
And with the next stage or the next engagement that we're going to have, it will be more of understanding research methodology.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not more of technical, because with technical, I think we're done. But now we are going to marry the methodology. And again, we try and do what we call the scenario analysis in as far as our respondents are concerned. How are we anticipating our respondents to answer our questions? Okay. Now, let's go to this questionnaire so that we understand a few things. Of course, with this thing like serial number, of course, we understand that the role of serial number basically is just to identify these questionnaires, just in case you are doing some printing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to locate how many questionnaires were in a certain region or who was the person in charge of a certain questionnaire,
Mm-hmm.
that is why we have a serial number there. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We have something like date of this interview.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for those who are printing, this is what makes sense to them because they need this kind of information to
Right.
regulate the field work.
Right.
But for us, we don't need this serial number and date of interview, because with the server, it will be recording for us all these details. So of course, we know which questionnaire is this one. Even the date is going to be collected automatically.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the start time of a survey and the end. So even when the research assistant will be starting the process, the server will be recording that. It says this guy started doing this question from, let's say, 8:30 in the morning, and he finishes at 8:50, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the privileged information that we're going to get because we're using the server.
Okay.
And the name given to this kind of information, we call them metadata. Now, those information that are only meant to facilitate the field operation.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, we will not be putting in things like serial number. We
Okay.
don't do this. But now
Okay.
let's assume we are out there at the field. One,
Right.
if you're having, let's say, three or let's say five research assistants, then one thing as a data manager or a data analyst, you would want to know who was collecting which data or where are these data coming from. So one thing I need us to come up with is a list of our research assistants. So we're going to create some fictitious name, So, and we
Mm-hmm.
assume that maybe we have five guys who are helping us on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I will do is I will come to my server, and then you see this plus sign,
Mm-hmm.
you click on it, and then you can write their name of the assistant. So you can just say assistant name of the assistant. And then if I come here to add a question, I'll click on add a question.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is a select one, because if you're George, then it means you should be the only George. So we only
Mm-hmm.
have one option to select. So I'll click on select one.
Mm-hmm.
Then the first option, I will say maybe the first assistant name is George.
Mm-hmm.
Let the second assistant name to be Daphne.
Okay.
And then maybe we can have James as the third one. And then the fourth one, we can say maybe somebody by the name Mary. Okay. So what will happen, these people, before they even start any survey, they will have to click where their respective name is so that we'll know this question is coming from so and so.
Okay.
Again, I would prefer if we make this question mandatory so that somebody cannot start survey if they have not logged in or they have not identified their name. So we'll have to make this option a mandatory question. So to put a mandatory question, just come here, you'll see an option of setting. There's some
Mm-hmm.
few items on the right corner. So go to settings, and
Sorry.
then this option of mandatory response.
Sorry, settings. I'm trying to see. So where is settings? Oh, layout and settings, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and then
So if you see setting, and then you see an option of mandatory response at the middle, where my cursor is
maybe I'm the
blinking.
wrong. Where did you get the settings?
Okay.
Can you go
So
back one? Mm-hmm.
yes, yes. So we are here. You can see.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come here, there's some few items you're seeing here.
Okay, okay. I was at the other end of it where it
Oh,
said,
good.
yeah. Okay, so settings, yeah, okay. And then,
If you click on setting,
mm-hmm.
your window will pop up something like this.
Correct, yes.
Good. So go to the option of mandatory response.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's yes.
Okay,
Good. So that means somebody will not skip this part. This question is a must.
okay.
Good. So there's this kind of close. You can see there's a way you can close that pop the extension interface.
Yeah.
Good. So again, we're back to our normal way. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing is assuming now these research assistants have just identified themselves. Okay.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
I said with this question that you have just placed here, the main role is for the research assistant to identify themselves.
Right.
Good. So the next thing we anticipate is now our research assistant is now trying to interact with our respondent.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing they are supposed to do is introduce the survey to the respondent.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if you go to the questionnaire, there's this part of introduction.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's upon our research assistant to make sure that our target respondent is aware what this survey is all about.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have no choice but to read for them. So if you look at what is contained there, it says NSSF is requested by Dash to carry out a customer satisfaction survey, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of information there.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's some key items that maybe you need to have them in your introduction. One of the most important thing is in terms of maybe direct benefit. You know, sometimes you might be out there on the field and somebody tells you, before I respond to your question, kuna kitu kidogo, you can give me something small.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's good you set things straight. You say
Right.
maybe by them participating in this exercise, they are not going to receive a direct benefit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you can also include something like maybe the importance of them participating in the survey. Maybe tell them the benefit of this work will come back to the community and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those are the information that it should contain in your introduction.
Okay.
So for now, just copy the entire introduction that you're seeing there.
So copy the introduction. Just 1 second. So that whole paragraph.
Yes, copy the entire paragraph.
Sorry, my thing is just. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Perfect. So let's go to the server. Now we want to add a new question or a next question. So just come to this plus sign you're seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
So click on it. You'll see a new question will now be created.
Add question. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then now you paste the entire paragraph there. So just paste.
Okay.
Good. Now you will appreciate that this paragraph, somebody is not supposed to respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a question. It's just a statement telling you what this thing is all about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
under the option of add question, you will now have something called note. It's just a note.
Okay. Right.
So it's not a question. So go to note and select note.
Okay.
Perfect. So that means it will just be displayed and it will not require anyone to respond to those items. Good. Now,
Okay.
let's add another question.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this time, we need to ask for consent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the point whereby you will have to tell this person,
Mm-hmm.
if after you have read for them the paragraph, they have understood. Now you have to ask them if they are willing to participate in the survey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So our next question, even though it's not in now, if you look keenly, we're having even some questions which are not in this physical questionnaire.
Right.
Yeah. So here we will come and ask what? You will ask the person, are you willing to participate? Sorry, participate in this survey. Okay. And then these guys now they only have two options. Either they say yes, they want to participate, or they say no, they don't want to participate.
Right.
So I'll come here to the option of add question.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course it's just a select one. So
Mm-hmm.
the first option is the individual who said yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second option is now individual who says no, they don't want to participate.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me do this. So option
Okay.
1 is yes. Option 2 is no. Okay.
Perfect. Now, again, we need to decide what should happen if somebody says no.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what should happen if somebody said yes?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in other circumstances, or in most cases, in an event whereby a respondent says no, they don't want to participate in that survey, then you have no choice. You will not force them to give you answers.
Right.
So that means we will put a condition whereby if somebody says no, then the questionnaire, the phone or the device that the research assistant are using, it should take us to the end of the survey. We
Mm-hmm.
close the session.
Right.
And again, in closing the session, again, there are two things that we'll have to decide. Should we collect the GPS coordinates of that place whereby there's a respondent who was not willing to participate in the survey,
Mm-hmm.
or we should not?
Mm-hmm.
Based on the experience that I had, sometimes if you're doing, let's say, a baseline survey or a need assessment survey,
Mm-hmm.
then it means instead of just ending that survey and leave the place, you can end the survey, but at least collect the GPS coordinates of that place. So that to you as the data manager or the now the person in charge of the survey, you will
Mm-hmm.
go back now and sit and find out, okay, why were these people not willing to participate in the survey?
Okay.
Because of maybe culture. Of course, now we have the social cultural aspect of it.
Mm.
And there's some communities, maybe if a lady comes and you're trying to ask question what the wazees or those leaders,
Mm.
they might not sit down there. Okay.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe they want somebody who's older or somebody who's maybe a man. So there are those cultural aspects that maybe now it's up to you to go back and sit down and see, okay, was this the reason? And if it's the
Mm.
reason, maybe you can come back later with somebody else.
Okay.
Okay. But now we will
Mm-hmm.
see how we can be able to put that into now practice so that the system already responds to such scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's
Mm-hmm.
assume that the respondent is willing to participate in this survey. So you have placed the question, are you willing
Mm-hmm.
to participate?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next thing is to proceed with the survey. And
Mm-hmm.
now this is the time now you go to section 1. So if somebody says they're willing to participate, then yes, you can now go to section 1, whereby now you start asking them for their gender,
Mm-hmm.
age, occupation, and so forth.
Okay.
Good. So let's go to uh, gender, which is the next question. But again, something to note there is gender is now part of a section.
Mm-hmm.
Now we need again to learn how to introduce section. So first, I will copy this title gender,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go to my server. Of course, I will add a question, and then I will paste there.
Okay, give me a second. I'll do the same.
Sure.
So just gender.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. So if you
And
look at that gender, it has some instructions.
uh-huh.
The instruction says what? Observe.
Uh-huh.
That is very okay. We don't ignore such kind of information because it has a purpose there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's some people who feel offended if you ask them for the
Yes,
gender.
exactly. Yeah.
So you don't want to get into trouble by just the first question and you're already in trouble with your respondent.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of asking them, that's why the instruction says what our research assistant, they should just observe and then they respond for that. They should not ask the question to the person responding to it. Okay.
Okay.
So that is good. We should have observed there.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the option of add a question, of
Mm-hmm.
course, this one is a select one. That means somebody can either be a male
Mm-hmm.
and then female.
Mm-hmm.
So this means you have to trust your research assistant on their judgment.
Okay. So
Okay.
sorry. So let me add the question. So select. So it's either
Select
uh,
one.
male or female. Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. So we have already managed to add a question. But if you look at the question now, again, we need to introduce something else, which is now the aspect of section, because this
Mm-hmm.
gender is part of section A.
Mm-hmm.
So to add sections,
Mm-hmm.
you will come here. So I want you to pay attention to my cursor and how it looks like. So if you look at the moment, you see my cursor has some bit of pointers on different
Mm-hmm.
directions.
Mm-hmm.
So that is when I'll click on it. And if I click there, you will see there's more like a blue ribbon surrounding that entire question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Then once you've done that, then you will come up here. If you look where my cursor is at the moment, then you will have an option to create a group. So you see
Mm-hmm.
this part. So if you click on it, you will see something like group appears down here.
Okay.
So that is when I will edit. Now I'll go and copy the detail of now that section. So let me copy that. And then I'll come back and instead of having group, I will just edit the items that are there by just pasting the name of that section.
Okay. Let me try this. So you want me to first put my cursor
Yes,
there
to the question.
and I click?
Yes, so that you have a blue ribbon surrounding the question.
Okay. I don't see that blue ribbon, but
Okay.
I
Maybe
don't.
can I attempt it again so that you see?
I'll check. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Let me just, so we said you add a question,
Mm.
and that question was gender, which somebody is supposed to observe. Mhm. So it's left it there. I come to
Mm-hmm.
add a question, it's a select one.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can be a male. You can also have a female. And then now you're good to go. But now let's go to the option of creating now a group. So if you click somewhere here,
Anywhere. Yeah.
yes, anywhere within this place,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you click on it just once, you'll see now there's a blue ribbon here. Basically, what it means is you have selected that question.
Guess I should do a right click. I don't know. I'm just.
No, just a left click. Just click.
But in the box of gender, right?
Yes, in the box of gender. Actually, where my cursor is at the moment will be a best place for you. If you look at my cursor at the moment.
Uh, Okay, let me try again and see. I mean, I see a blue thing around question hint, but I don't know if that's correct.
Yes, so if you're seeing a blue thing,
Mm-hmm.
now just go to group, yeah?
Group, and then
Click up here on group, create group with selected question.
let me see. And then what comes up when you click?
So when you click on that, then you'll see something group.
Yeah.
It's there.
Let me try this again. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not giving me that blue thing. Okay. What did we do now? Yeah, okay. So I see group. Okay.
Perfect. So go and click where you're seeing that group. That means you can be able to edit the items for group.
So instead of group, I put
Yes. The
I
title
copy
of
and paste
perfect.
section, right?
Yes. So copy and paste section A.
Done. Okay.
Good now?
Very good.
Perfect. So now there are two things. As we proceed in as far as adding more question, then we'll have to decide whether the question is part of section A or the question is out of section A. So if you take your cursor again to where we're supposed to add questions, you will see that you will have two types of addition. So if you click the innermost one, then it means the question that you're about to create is part of section A.
Okay.
If you click the outer one, then it means the question that you'll create will be now part of a different section.
Okay.
So if you go to our questionnaire, our next question is on age, which is also part of section A. So I will just select age in years. And then I will now use the inner plus sign.
Okay.
So you realize age in years will now be also part of section A. So I will paste the question there. And then, of course, the way this question has been framed, it means this one is a select one. You just need to choose one grouping. Either you're between 18 to 24 or you're above 55 years. It's also a select one.
So did you copy the whole thing or just the title? Just the title, age and years.
The age in years, yes, age in years.
Okay, let me put that in.
Okay.
Okay, I have that.
Perfect. Then let's go to add question. And then, of course, also this one is a select one. Somebody has only one option, select one.
Right.
And then the first item under the option is 18 to 24. So you will go there and then option one right there, 18-24. So we're going to key in all the information that are there. So option 2 is now 25 to 34. Option 3 is 35 to 44. Then we have 45 to 54. Then lastly is 54 and above.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay.
And 55 plus. Okay, done.
Good. So I think we're now getting the drill. So we go to the next question again. We say is now occupation. So we just copy occupation.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's part of section A, we use the innermost plus sign.
Mm-hmm.
We paste the occupation there. Of course, it's also a select one. So option 1 is that person who's employed. Option 2 is self-employed, and then a claimant.
Okay, so those
So
are
one,
part of the adding questions. Yeah.
yes, employed,
Mm.
self-employed. Then 3 is claimant. Good.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so employed, employed.
Very good. So let's do for. So actually, I want us to do up to P5 for region.
Sorry, up to
P5 region.
okay.
Okay. So I'll put here relationship.
Okay. Okay, so that's self, family member, friend. And the next one is region. Okay, Nairobi.
Okay. So we're good up to region.
Yes.
Perfect. So let's go to P6.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about station, and again, there's a bit of instruction. Then it says what it means by station is NSSF. It's more like a branch or a sub branch.
Mm-hmm.
And what the assistant is supposed to do is just observe and record.
Okay.
So so this one is, of course, it's something that somebody's supposed to write as a text, because you
Mm-hmm.
say I'm in this region.
Mm-hmm.
So in as far as coding that one is concerned, we will come here again. We add a question, and then we can call it maybe station. Let's call it just station.
And this
Station.
is within section 1A, so
Yes, it's still part of section
okay.
A.
Just say section.
Station.
I mean
And then when you
station, sorry.
okay, so you are using the inner plus sign.
Yes.
Good. So the person is now supposed to write. So instead of saying select, we'll not now go with the option of select one. So we'll go with this option of text.
So when we add the question, it's what? Text.
Yes, because
The
they
person
will be
is
writing
supposed to. Yeah.
to write.
Okay.
So we select option of text.
Okay.
Perfect. Then I think we're now good to go in as far as section 1 is concerned. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Let's attempt a bit of section B.
Mm-hmm.
Let's attempt a bit of section B. So
Mm-hmm.
if you go to section B, the group is called awareness. So this is the area where we want to know in terms of how are people getting to know these organizations.
Mm-hmm.
The first question goes, which were your sources of awareness about National Social Security Fund? And then the instruction says, do not read out, but they need to understand that this one is a multiple response or it's a multiple mention. So what it means here is the respondent might have more than one platform. So maybe they had something on the radio and also they watched something on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is not a select one. We don't want to tie them to only giving one answer, but they have the
Okay.
liberty of selecting more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we'll use the same drill. We copy the entire question. Now, question 1A. Go ahead and copy. And then this time we will now use the outer plus sign because we are creating a new section.
Okay. Let me
So
do
I'll
that.
click on the outermost.
So we only just question 1.
Okay.
So the outer one. Okay.
Perfect. So we paste the question.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to the option of add questions,
Mm-hmm.
then we will be using the option of select many.
Okay. Select menu.
Yes. We do that. And then again, the same drill, we will be listing down the options that are there. So maybe we can just select the first. Let's just do for all of them. Let's just do for all of them. So the
Okay.
first option is radio.
Mm-hmm.
Radio. The second one is TV. Radio, TV, newspaper, and then friend. Newspaper. I have an option of friend. Public books, employer, public books. For visiting the premises. For the last part of other specify,
Mm-hmm.
I think once you're there, you let me know so that I explain a few things.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, perfect. So let me come here, visiting premises. Visiting. Good. So on that option of other, you understand this is the place whereby if there is a platform that this respondent was able to obtain information about this organization, but that platform is not among the listed one,
Mm-hmm.
then that is when somebody checks on this part other. And immediately they do that, they have no choice but to write for us what is this other platform which is not listed here. Now, to handle that, we'll create a grouping called other. And again, that doesn't end there, because there's something which would happen if somebody clicks on other. Then I'll be introducing to you something called skip logics. And with skip logic, this is where a certain question can only appear if something has happened. So the next thing, which is called specify, can only appear if somebody was selecting other. Okay, so that is what I want us to put. So here I will add, okay, let's put it into section first. Let me put into section. So remember, this one is section 2.
Okay, sorry. So let me get into other. So
Yes.
I still type in other, right?
Yes, add an option other.
Okay. And
And then we add this into section 2 or section B.
Okay. And you named it what? Awareness?
Yes, just let's copy the section B, awareness. Let's just copy the entire thing.
Okay, I'm just trying to see again. So I go to that section of questions. The first question, correct?
Yes, the question was, which were your sources of awareness?
Yeah. Okay,
Good. And then you go to this part up here for grouping.
Yeah, let me still getting that blue band. It's
Having a
I
challenge.
think I click in the wrong. I don't know. It just doesn't come easily.
Actually, if you
Okay, now it's okay. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
if
know
you
why
click just
it's.
here, it will be
Yeah,
good.
now
I'll
it's
give
there.
I'll give you some time to do some experiment with it until you get it.
Okay, so for the group,
Okay, we
I
edit.
copy the awareness. Is it?
Yes, the
Just call
section
it
B.
awareness.
Yeah, so check what is on my side.
Section B awareness. Okay.
So I've just copied the entire item that was there.
Okay. So I'll just put that in.
We're good now?
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect. So let's fix this thing other. So we said in an event that somebody checks on that other, then they need to write for us the platform. So they need to specify.
Right.
So I will add another question using now the innermost plus sign. And then this question, I'll just write it as specify. Okay. And then I will come here to the option of add question. And of course, also for specify is a text, because they're supposed to write for us that platform. So I'll click this option of text. Good. Now, we have just managed to add a question called specify. But again, at the back of our mind, we know very well that it doesn't make sense if somebody selects radio and then the next thing the next question they're seeing is specify.
Right.
Yeah. So the only person who's supposed to see this thing specify is that person who selects other. Okay. So we'll have to put the skip logic or the conditions here. So I want you, while you are at this question of specify, just go to the settings. I think there's an option of settings here.
Settings.
And yes, if you click on settings, go to the option of skip logic on your left.
Okay, let me do that. Just 1 second. So specify settings. Skip logic. So I click on skip logic.
Yes, click on skip logic.
Okay.
Good. Now, if you click on skip logic, there's this option of add a condition. Now, this is where we'll say what condition should be there for these things specified to appear.
Right.
So if you click on that add condition,
Mm-hmm.
we will again come to this option of select question from list.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you'll have a list of all the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So scroll down until you select this option. Which were your sources of awareness about NSSF? That is the question.
Okay, select question from list. So I click on select question.
Yes.
And then look at, okay, so the question was, which were your sources of awareness? Yes, okay.
So make sure we are selecting that question.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, if in that question is equal to, now again, under this list of items, select other.
Let me see. So did you click on add another condition?
No.
So what I see, which was your sources of awareness about national security? Then it says equal radio and so on, right?
Yes. So here, when now you instead of having radio, so click where you're seeing radio.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that you'll see all those options.
Okay.
And then select other.
Okay.
Okay. So the drill here says, if in this question, which are your sources of awareness, is the same as other,
Mm-hmm.
then that is when this thing called specify will appear.
Okay.
Perfect. So you can now come here and close. You can close now this pop-up window from here.
Sorry. Okay.
Perfect. And we are good to go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Good. So the next thing that I want you to do, I want you to attempt question 2A.
2A. Let's see.
Okay, which is more or less the same as what you've actually just attempt question 2B, not 2A. 2B.
2B.
2B, eh?
To insert it, huh?
Yes. So attempt question 2B.
Okay, so I'm just going to add a question. Why is my inner? Okay, so I've pasted that. So I'm going to add the
Options.
options. Select one.
Is it select one or select
Sorry,
many?
it's many options. Sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Do not read out multiple mentions. Okay. So, how do I undo that? I want to undo what I did.
You can delete the entire question if you make a mistake. So come here. If you look at my screen, this is how to delete a question.
Sorry, I don't know why it's telling me to reload the site. Okay, yeah, so I delete that question, eh?
Yes, and then you just start well.
Delete. Yes, okay. All right, so let me do this again. Add question. Select many. So I can add all of them, eh?
Yes. Now you add all the options. And also make sure the part of specify is up to order. There's an option of specify.
Okay, yeah. So just give me some few minutes.
Sure.
So it's actually the exact ones as question.
The one you've just
1A. Yeah, 1A.
Yeah. So I want to see how you go about that.
You're testing me. Okay. TV. And relatives, X. Thing. Other. Other. Okay, just so other, I'm going to put specify.
Yeah, so you have
Add a
other,
question.
and then it create a question called specify.
And that's text.
Yes. Then I'll put the condition.
Let me see. New question, specify. Okay, specify. And then I go into settings, correct?
Yes.
And skip logic. Add a condition. Select question from list. Let's see. Which are your sources of awareness about? Let's see, what was to be? What benefits products? And then other, correct?
Yes, you equate it with other.
Other, and then I close.
And then you close.
Okay, done.
Perfect. So what I will do now, let's save this work up to there.
Okay.
So there's this option of save. And then once you save, once you have been prompted like successfully updated, then you can close from this interface, from this part you're seeing here.
Okay, let me do that. So save. Successfully updated. So I close the interface.
And then you close the interface.
Okay.
So what it means, you have just created a questionnaire. But again, this questionnaire needs to be accessed by either the phones, because later we're going to connect with our phone, or you can even send it as a link so that I can access, or somebody else can access your questionnaire. So you'll come here and you'll see an option of deploy. So deploy means somebody else, another third party can access that, whatever you've created. So click on deploy.
Okay.
And then now, I'm sure somewhere down here you're seeing an option of copy, and there's an option of open.
Sorry, so the deploy form. Oh, what do I see?
Are you seeing copy and open down here once you have deployed?
What I'm seeing, yeah, copy and open.
Good. So what happened is you will copy. So if you click on copy, that means you'll be copying the link for that questionnaire, which you will do that and you'll send to me.
Okay, let me do that. Copy.
Okay. Copy. Then send to my WhatsApp.
It says copy to clipboard.
Yes.
So, sorry, I don't. Has it gone? Let me see. Wait, online, offline.
So if you copy and then you go and paste in my WhatsApp, I should be receiving it. Or actually, you can just paste it on this comment section, on this meeting, the meeting comment section.
Let me try again and see.
Okay.
So if it's on the, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see it's on the clipboard. I'm
Yes.
just
So
trying to see how I access that clipboard.
no, actually
I'm,
just Control V. If once it says copy on the clipboard, that means it has already been copied. So if you just say Control V,
and then it will paste it.
it will paste it. Yeah.
Let me see. So I can do it on the
Comment.
comments. Okay, sorry, I'm just using a new.
It's okay.
Okay. Let's see. You have
Perfect.
it? Mm-hmm.
Yes, now I have it. So let me go back and explain. So in case you want to have a link that you want to share with your respondent, you can do that. Copy and then you send to them. In case you want to see how your respondent will be viewing that questionnaire of yours, click on open. And you now see something like this. So this is what happens immediately they click on your link.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay. And now.
Okay.
So this one is for today. This one is a first step. So I will be giving you more tasks so that I see that up to whatever we have covered now, we are fully comfortable.
Okay. So this link that I've saved, this questionnaire that I've saved,
Yes.
I have access to it through if I just sign in, is it?
Yes. So all these questionnaires, you see, like now here, if you come to deployed,
Yes.
like you can see on my side, I have several surveys because I've been doing this for quite some time. So all the surveys that you'll be working with, they will all be listed there in your server. You can access them
Okay.
anytime you want.
All right. Okay.
So even tomorrow when we proceed, I will just be accessing one of these survey and then we proceed from there.
Okay. So basically, I would be when I log in, sign in, it would be on this link. This
Yes, it will.
the same link that I used to open the to create the account. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll just be logging into this account and everything you'll see them there.
Okay.
So what I want you to do, if you'll find time, there's a questionnaire called multiple response, I think, in one of the files.
Multiple response.
Yes, among the
Yes.
questionnaires. Yes.
Yes.
So I want you to attempt that. Let me just open it so that I give you direction. Where is it? Questionnaires, multiple response. Good. So if you look at the multiple response questionnaire, is what you're seeing on my screen. So I want you to attempt this questionnaire. And you attempt, so you come up with a project and attempt section 1. And for section 2, I want you to attempt question number A and B, just A and B. Okay.
So to create this questionnaire in the thing.
Yeah, so you'll start a new thing, the same procedure we have started today.
Right.
But this time you're focusing on this questionnaire.
Okay.
And then once you finish, you will send to me a link, just like the way you have pasted. You see the way you have pasted that link on the comment section?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll either paste it on my email or in my WhatsApp, whichever works best for you.
Okay. Perfect.
Good. So let me again save this recording and then I share with you so that in case of
Okay.
anything, you'll be able to revisit.
Okay.
Good. So
that's
now
my homework for today.
that is your homework for today.
Okay.
Tomorrow, same time?
Sure. So are we
Okay.
going by, I'm just looking at your calendar, or the schedule, the topics. So what are we going by here? Because you
Oh,
sent me two things yesterday,
so we're doing
the
the
training
first.
program. Hmm.
Yeah, so we're doing the mobile collection. Eh?
So that's the module.
Yeah, so I don't know if I have a copy of it here. Let me just look at my phone. Mhm. Just a minute. So on the item,
Hmm.
so there's the training introduction. Okay. So I think we have already for module 1. So we had that topics to be covered, and then module 1.
Hmm.
So far, in terms of registration, I think that was already done. Training introduction, we introduce ourselves.
Hmm.
Further understanding of what the participants are doing. Of course,
Hmm.
I have a brief information about what you do.
Hmm.
Of course, you'll be telling me more in case as we proceed. In case you'll have questionnaires or something that you've done before,
Right.
you will always get back to me. So
Hmm.
we have done just introduction to mobile data gathering.
Hmm.
I think I've already told you about the benefits of
Hmm.
this platform,
Hmm.
and so we are yet to do data entry. And so actually, I've just given a clue of data types.
Hmm.
There are like single select, multiple select, text.
Hmm.
Okay, that we're still at the introduction.
Right.
And then for now managing devices, I'll be getting to that after I see your link.
Okay.
Yeah, so even though I will not be necessarily going systematic with what is presented here,
Okay.
because it arises based on needs. So depending with the difference so I'll try to make this class more interesting depending with the needs.
Okay.
But at least we'll be we at the end of this training we should be comfortable with understanding almost all the items that I've just given out here.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think so far we're good to go.
Okay. So tomorrow, same time.
Tomorrow same time, but once you finish my assignment, send the link to me
I will.
so that I know my student is on the right track.
Okay. So I'll also expect this recording just in case, right?
Yeah, I'll be uploading it in a few
Okay. Thank you so
hours.
much.
Okay, thank you too for your time.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.